This is an innovative project for us. It's our first public-private partnership of a stream restoration project, and it, when completed, will be the largest stream restoration project that we have pursued here in Howard County, representing 6,200 linear feet of stream restoration, which will give us great credit towards our stormwater permit. What is the stormwater permit? Hopefully everybody here knows, but just real briefly, since 1995, Howard County has been issued a stormwater permit, which we refer to as the MS4 permit. I'd go through all the M's, but I'd probably miss them up, so just it's a stormwater permit. That permit basically guides the county in what we need to do to improve water quality of our streams that subsequently improves the water quality of the Chesapeake Bay. The permit has always been a management permit, just giving us guidelines, but the last one we received in 2014 also added a mandate that we have to repair and restore a certain amount of our streams and our stormwater ponds in order to make a 20% improvement in the impervious areas that don't currently have stormwater controls. For us here in Howard County, that represents about 2,000 acres of impervious area that we need to manage over a 5-year period of time. So by 2019, we have to show the state through this permit that we've met that 2,000 acre challenge. This project is the largest that we've been able to, a single project, that we've been able to accomplish that by getting 62 acres. So we're very excited about that. But even more than that, we're excited because it is our first public-private partnership. So we're actually working on in an area that is new to us as well. That's what makes this innovative. So that's where we are, and what I'd like to do now is introduce the County Executive, Allan Kittleman, who can explain a little bit about what we've gone through and what we're going to be doing. Allan?
Thanks, Jim. Thank you, Jim. I won't go into as much detail. Jim's done a good job already. First of all, thank you all for being here. Mr. Patrick, thank you. Thank you very much for working with us and with all the partners. I want to tell you, I was talking to James Forrest as I walked up here, and I love the smell of a farm. It just makes me feel, it brings back great memories when I was a kid, and it just makes and he said, we were talking back and forth, I said, the smell of a farm is the smell of honest work. A smell of, the people who work with their hands in the soil, and whether it's the hay or the straw or the manure, and yeah, I do like the smell of cow manure. I just think it's a wonderful thing. I just love coming out to the farms, and especially the Patrick farm. For those who didn't know, Mr. Patrick worked with my dad a lot and helping us with our cows, and he did some things to help us have more cows, and we won't go into detail. But he was there all the time, and my dad had great respect for Mr. Patrick, and I've gotten to do so as well, and I really do appreciate your whole family working with us on this so carefully. So thank you so much. I want to thank Mr. Patrick. Also, I do want to acknowledge Delegate Miller is here. I know that things are getting busy in Annapolis. Thank you very much, Delegate Miller, for coming out today. I appreciate it. Also, Mary Kay Siggety is here from the County Council. Mary Kay has a unique relationship with a lot of the farming community. She comes from a background that she understands farming, and so I appreciate her showing her support too. Thank you, Mary Kay. And also, thank you to Secretary Ben Grumbles from the Department of Environment. We've been out here before together. We walked this before, and we saw what the plans were, what we'd hope would happen here, and he has been a strong supporter from the very beginning. He used to tell me how this was really exciting for him, and every time I saw him down in Mako in August, that one day I was down there, and he's like, let's talk about Patrick Farm. And so he's really excited about this, and I tell you, you need to have that kind of leadership at the top to help us to be able to get these things together. So I want to thank you very much, Secretary. Thank you so much. This is important. This is the way Jim mentioned, we got to start working with private lands, because we simply cannot meet that goal of 20% by only dealing with the public property. It just can't happen. It can't happen, but we can have these unique public-private partnerships, and we can make a real difference to improve the quality of our streams, to improve the quality of the bay, and to make things happen. And so I think it's much smarter for us to be thinking about how we can use money that the county has, and working with our other partners in private industry and others to help us figure out how to make that work on private land, and not just always looking at the public land. So I think that's really, really important. I know, Jim, you gave me a lot of nice numbers to talk about, and I really don't think you need to hear that from me. All I can tell you is that we're going to have a stream here that's going to be restored. It's going to help the Patrick Farm. It's going to help the stream be more better for less erosion, less nitrogen, everything else going into the water. It's going to help us farther down and all the way to the bay. And we're already hearing good results from the bay. Let's just hope this helps us continue to make even stronger results for the bay and for our communities, because it's important. It's important for us and for our future generations. And so, again, I want to thank all the partners for being here. And I think you're the MC, right? Sure. I'll let you come back up. And again, thanks all for coming out. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. I just now want to introduce Ben Grumbles, who is the Secretary of the Maryland Department of the Environment. Not a formal partner, but very definitely an informal partner, because from day one we knew we needed to have them with us, and they've been a helpful throughout this entire process, both Ben and Lynn Buell, and we are very appreciative of that, and we're excited to move forward. Ben?
All right, thank you. Thanks, Jim. So as I was walking onto the property, Mr. Patrick, there was a farmhand who was pretty busy, but I stopped him and said, "Where's the event?" And he said, "Oh, just down the corner, you'll see the herd." And I think that's the herd he is referring to. And on behalf of the governor and the Maryland Department of the Environment, I just want to say how proud I am of the local leadership right here in Howard County, County Executive Kittleman and Mr. Patrick and everyone else who is involved in this. Clean water begins at home and down on the farm. And when we have partnerships, town and country, all that within the watershed, working together to find the most cost-effective and innovative solutions, that's something to celebrate and really work harder towards. And to see it happen in other places throughout Howard County and throughout the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Earlier this morning, I was on the phone with the leadership of EPA down in Washington, D.C., and they were talking about the Chesapeake Bay and the importance of all the states to be real leaders in that effort and keep pushing, even with the, the stormwater permits, the MS4s, as Assistant Secretary Lynn Buell knows, can be very controversial. They're hard to meet. The solution is not to dilute the standards. It's to come up with more cost-effective ways. Dilution is not the solution to pollution. It's partnership and innovation, right? And so the partnerships and the innovations and finding ways, private sector, public sector, local leadership, county leadership, science-driven standards, and finding innovative ways, that's something to celebrate and be excited for. And the watershed depends on it, and the Chesapeake Bay depends on it. Governor Hogan, when he held his very first press conference of the new General Assembly last week, it was to tout his environmental initiatives. And one of them was Clean Water Commerce Act. It's a small investment. It's seed money to grow more partnerships just like this, and to learn from those projects to find more cost-effective ways to reduce pollution, to keep the water clean. That makes Carla happy. That makes everyone happy who's looking out for the interests of the citizens, because clean water is what it's all about. And this partnership is something to be really proud of. And I'm excited to see it move forward, and excited on behalf of the governor to see more of these partnerships happen. And I know Secretary Bartenfelder of the Department of Agriculture is very excited as well. So we're going to learn from this, and we're going to help use it as a model for other great examples of clean water partnerships throughout the state. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ben. I've lived in Western Howard County for 40 years now, so I kind of consider this home. But compared to the guy who's going to come up here now, I'm a youngster. The Patrick family has had Maple Dell Farm in their family for a very, very long time, and I'm very proud to introduce our partner, Mr. Patrick, who is the patriarch of this farm.
I don't know that I could be called a patriot, but I'm the old man of the farm. That's what. Yeah, I have the house right down the road, 86 years, August 1st, 1930. I was hatched in that house, and I've been in this house all 86 years, and it's home to me. And I thank you all for coming, and they've asked me to give a little history of my family with this farm, and my ancestors came from England in the late 1800s, and they settled in Niagara for a while, and then they went to Washington, and then they ended up in the Lisbon area. The farm on the corner of Lisbon and 144 was originally the Patrick Farm, but the reason they tell me why they moved to this area is because this farm had a stream running through it, and that there was no water on that farm, and that's why we're on this farm. It's a small farm, and we've been able to, with the good neighbors, to rent ground, and because of Howard County's excellent land preservation program, we've been able to purchase 2 farms with the help of the good people that we purchased from. So it has been a joyous ride here in Howard County, and I thank all of you for coming. Thank you.
Okay, next I'd like to introduce Carla Reed, who I've known for quite a long time in my time in Montgomery County. She's been both an employee of WSSC in Montgomery County and Prince George's County, so she's like me, she's been all over the place. But WSSC's relationship and partnership here is very important because while these streams are headwaters to the Cattail Creek, before they head through and get down through this entire region, they go to the reservoir, Tridelphia Reservoir, which is owned by WSSC and is a water supply for the area. And so us cleaning up this water also helps them as well, and they are both a partner in spirit and financially, which is very important.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Jim. So is this a great day or what? I don't think we could have ordered a better day if we even tried to. I'm so honored to be here today with all of you at this ceremony marking such a momentous occasion, the start of innovative stream restoration project. How about that? I am so happy that we have partnered with Howard County in this effort that's going to benefit our customers and the environment. So, you know, WSSC, maybe you don't know because we're in Howard County, but WSSC is a provider, actually the largest provider of water and wastewater services in the state of Maryland. We serve Prince George's and Montgomery counties, and we take great pride in delivering clean, safe, reliable water to our 1.8 million customers. We want our source water to be clean, for sure, and we want everything to be healthy. And so we also sell water to our great neighbors in Howard County. And so this stream project and wetland restoration is very important to WSSC, as Jim told you, the reasons why. Through this restoration project, we can improve the health of the Tridelphia Reservoir and the watershed. And in truth, we can pass along the savings from doing that to our customers. So that's a huge benefit for WSSC. So the value of water is without question. We can do without a lot of things, but water is not one of them. And so I thank you today for inviting us to be here and working so we can work side by side as partners to protect life's most precious resource. Thank you.
Two and a half years ago, I got a call from at the time, was the head of the Howard Soil Conservation District, Bob Enser, and Bob's here. Bob has subsequently retired, congratulations. But when he called me, he said, I think I got this idea that's really interesting, you need to come and talk to me about it. So I came to his offices, and the first time I met George Kelly from RES, and that was the beginning of this effort to try and make this project move forward. RES has been a partner all along, and they're one of our partners in this public-private partnership, so I want to introduce George Kelly to talk a little bit about where RES is on this project.
As Carla said, what a great day. We're sitting here in the middle of winter. Who would have thought 45 degrees, sunny. But we're thrilled. From Resource Environmental Solutions is thrilled to be here and be a part of this project. It has been a number of years, but I think we see this as a model that could be replicable around the state, as Secretary Grumbles has mentioned, not only because it's a public-private partnership, but because it has some of the benefits of cost efficiencies. What we're seeing is Howard County's been a leader, and we're seeing other counties start to take notice of this. So I think it's really quite interesting to see. But none of this could happen without, I don't want to be redundant, but I do want to thank some folks, particularly County Executive Kittleman and his staff, Jim Caldwell, Lindsay DiMarzio of the Office of Environmental Sustainability. Without their vision and perseverance, this project doesn't happen. Bob Enzer, Michael Calkins of the Howard County Soil Conservation Service, they have jump-started this for over 7 years, looking for funding to try to get this stream restored. Bob, I'm just sorry that you had to retire before this project started, but here you are, and what a great day it is. Thank you, Carla and WSSC, for contributing. Obviously, this has a very significant role for water quality in the reservoir. Secretary Grumbles and Assistant Secretary Buell have been very instrumental. I want to say, Ben mentioned this, but the issue of using ag lands to satisfy some of these MS4 permit issues is innovative. It had the MDE had to make some policy decisions in allowing this. And Secretary Grumbles absolutely was a leader in this, and it's a key for allowing this type of project to happen. So thank you very much for that. Secretary Bartenfelder and his team, we thank them. We missed them here today, but they've been instrumental as well. As you've heard, we're on an ag easement area, and the MALF, or the Maryland Agricultural Land Preservation Foundation, has actually authorized this restoration project on top of the easement, which is a big issue, and it recognizes the spirit of restoration in the context of this ag easement. The other thing that we're kind of really proud of is you're looking at a stream restoration, but we're not going to be affecting the ag operations. And I think this is a keystone issue. In some instances, we're looking to enhance the operations. And there's this ability to integrate the ag and the restoration components, I think, is a significant issue and one that we're very proud of. But again, none of this really happens without a committed landowner. The Patrick family has been unbelievable to work with. They are committed stewards, and they've shown that over and over again, and we thank them for the opportunity to be a part of this. Resource Environmental Solutions is an ecological and water resource restoration company. Many of us live here in Maryland all our lives. We've been operating since 1997, and the reason we view this as a model is because we think it's performance-based, because we think there's great integration with the ag, and we're looking at faster and cheaper ways to kind of get water quality benefits. So thank you for the opportunity to be here and be a private partner as part of this partnership, and we look forward to doing the work soon.
And before Jim says another thing, I should have. Jim Caldwell has worked really, really hard on this, and the whole Office of Community Sustainability. I want to thank him. And Phil Nichols and Lindsay and everybody else. I just remember the times that we would talk about this and talk about this and talk about this and say it can happen, it can happen, it can happen. And I feel terrible I didn't say it initially, because Jim has been such a strong person throughout all of this, and I've really enjoyed getting to know him better as I became county executive, and seeing the expertise he has and the desire he has to make sure that our environment and our water is clean and that our community is sustainable. And so I just want to make sure I say that publicly. Thank him and Lindsay and everybody else in the office because of what they do, and just want to thank you again, Jim, for all your help. Thanks.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Okay, now the fun part. We're going to, for those who want to, we are going to head down there to where that backhoe is for a ceremonial kind of groundbreaking. But I just want the Department of the Environment to know that we stayed far enough away from the stream so we don't need any permits to do that. But I also want to, because there is a safety factor involved as always, once we get down there, please stay at least 20 feet away from the backhoe while it's operating. And then once the backhoe is shut down, we can gather around and have some photographs taken. So who's going to start the procession down there? All right. David is going to lead the procession, so anybody who's interested and willing to go down, let's go. And thank you very much.